Opening scene, congressional hearing room. Mid-morning, the mahogany panel chamber hums with quiet tension. The air feels thick, almost charged, as dozens of press cameras hover like vultures, ready to capture the political bloodsport about to unfold. On one side, Donald J. Trump sits at the witness table. His red tie is perfectly knotted, but his eyes dart nervously between the committee members. He leans back in his chair, trying to project confidence, but the faint tapping of his fingers against the table betrays the storm brewing inside him. At the far end, Representative Jasmine Crockett sits straight-backed, papers neatly stacked in front of her, lips pressed into a thin line of focus. She's dressed in a navy blue power suit, accented by a silver brooch shaped like the scales of justice. The committee chair's gavel comes down. Chairperson, this hearing will come to order. Today, we are addressing evidence related to recent revelations involving potential genetic material linked to high-profile allegations. Representative Crockett, you have the floor. Trump smirks, trying to cut the tension with a forced laugh. Trump, oh please, this is gonna be another witch hunt. DNA really? I've got the best DNA. Everyone says so. A few Republican members chuckle. Jasmine doesn't even blink. The first volley. Crockett, Mr. Trump, let's not waste the public's time with slogans. The evidence I hold in my hand, she lifts a manila folder, is a certified report from a federal forensic lab. It contains a DNA match from a case file that, until now, was sealed. Trump leans forward, feigning boredom. Trump, sounds like fake news in a folder to me. Crockett, this DNA sample was taken from a piece of evidence connected to a criminal investigation in 2012, and according to the report, the probability that it matches your genetic profile is 99.984%. The room gasps. A wave of murmurs sweeps across reporters' rows. Cameras zoom in on Trump's face. His smirk has faltered just slightly. Trump, that's ridiculous. I have no idea what you're talking about. Probably a mix-up. Lab mistakes happen all the time. Crockett, actually, Mr. Trump, that's the interesting part. This wasn't from some random place. This DNA was recovered from a location you swore under oath you'd never even been to. The clock starts 47 seconds to melt down. Trump's lawyer shifts uncomfortably in the seat behind him, whispering something into his ear. Jasmine continues, her voice steady but cutting through the room like a blade. Crockett, and before you dismiss this as fake news, I'd like to remind you this isn't CNN. This is a congressional record. Lying here isn't spin, it's a felony. Trump adjusts his tie, suddenly aware of the sweat forming on his forehead. Trump, look, I have been targeted my entire career. People plant things, they create stories. Crockett, interrupting. Planting DNA, Mr. Trump, that's an impressive trick. You'd need a time machine. Considering this evidence was logged and secured before your 2016 campaign even began. A few committee members stifle laughter. The big reveal. Jasmine flips open the folder and holds up a high-resolution image, a crime scene photograph. Crockett, this image shows the item from which the DNA was recovered. Do you recognize it? Trump squints, his lips part slightly, but no sound comes out. Crockett, it's a champagne glass. Mr. Trump, from the penthouse of a woman who accused you of assault in 2012. A woman whose case mysteriously disappeared after she signed a confidentiality agreement. The oxygen in the room seems to vanish. Crockett, your fingerprints were on the glass, your DNA was on the rim, and that lab report confirms the match. Trump shifts in his seat, his voice suddenly quieter. Trump, I don't recall that. I meet a lot of people. I've been in a lot of rooms. Crockett, leaning forward, locking eyes. You've been in rooms you swore you'd never set foot in. Under oath, Mr. Trump, that's perjury. 30 seconds and the sweat beads. The camera catches Trump's jaw tightening, his breathing heavier. His lawyer is now frantically scribbling notes. Crockett, and since you claim to have the best DNA, I'm sure you won't mind that the committee has subpoenaed a fresh sample from you to compare against this evidence. You have until Friday to comply. A murmur of shock ripples again. Reporters' pens scratch furiously against notepads. Trump, this is disgusting. You people are out of control. This is a disgrace to the country. Crockett, no. Mr. Trump, what's a disgrace is lying to the American people while evidence like this sits in federal storage. What's a disgrace is thinking you can silence the truth because of your last name. The 47th second, the breaking point. Trump's face flushes crimson. He turns to the chair. Trump, I'm not answering any more of her questions. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras now. The chair blinks, stunned. Chairperson, Mr. Trump, this is a public hearing. The cameras stay on. Trump slams his palm on the table. Trump, this is a setup. I'm done here. Turn them off. Jasmine simply sits back, folding her hands calmly, letting the silence of his outburst hang in the air for the world to witness. Aftermath. The silence that speaks the hearing room is electric. Viewers at home see the split screen, Jasmine poised and unshaken, Trump red-faced and visibly rattled. The clip will be replayed on every news channel within the hour. Crockett softly, but into the microphone. Truth doesn't need to raise its voice. She closes the folder. Trump stares at the table, refusing to meet her gaze. The gavel comes down. Chairperson, this hearing is adjourned. The footage is already going viral before Trump even leaves the building. Hashtags trend worldwide. Hashtag Deanna Bombshell. Hashtag cut the cameras. Hashtag Crockett vs Trump. And somewhere, behind the headlines, Jasmine Crockett knows this is only the beginning.